Good evening. I figured it might actually be time to take a look around my shop, and the first few versions of this gave me kind of a look at this workspace, this area from an outsider's perspective. And it's been kind of helpful to me to see where I need to work on, where I need to focus, because as soon as I started panning the camera around, I saw a bunch of a mess here and a pile of stuff there, but that's not going to stop me from shooting the video. It just means I still got some work to do down here. This is obviously the area I shoot most of my vlogs in so far. It's a nice area. It's got decent lighting, more of an interesting background, and try to do a little bit of a Steadicam thing. Got my first printer going away. Working on some PLA, just random bits that I'm going to test various adhesion methods and smoothing. That'll be the subject of a next video or two. Got my original workbench with the printer that will not be completed. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm taking that as a learning experience and moving on. We've got a handful of various masks, action figures, and works in progress. This is kind of my inspiration area and my camera equipment dumping ground. Got a handful of older projects. The black and red helmet is my version of Azrael from the Batman universe. That was one of my first completed projects in Pepakura, Bondo, and a lot of sanding. You may have seen this in my little time lapse from a week or so back. That's going to be a little kind of photography area, taking pictures of works in progress and some general storage. That's my current camera rig. I do actually have a tripod. That's what I'm shooting this on right now, but that's the one I use for shooting my vlogs. And, well, the door. Got my wall of tools and stuff. No workshop should really be considered complete if it doesn't have a library. Top shelf is mostly sewing, clock and watch repair, some electronics. Bottom shelf is mythology, miscellaneous, metalworking, and I think maybe a little woodworking as well. This is the catch-all shelving unit. Everything I don't have a permanent home for, or just haven't decided on where it goes or how best to sort it and organize it, winds up just getting stuffed in there for right now. It's a work in progress. Then the work table. Again, if you saw my little time-lapse video from a week or so back, you saw me bring that in, set the computer up. First attempt at a life casting of myself. Turned out better than I expected, but it's not quite right. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a flat spot on the head, on the top of the head. I had it resting upside down when I poured the plaster of Paris in, and the mold wasn't 100% cured, so, well, it's got a divot in the top of his head. Battle axe, because, well, you never know. You just never know. A few more, some of the parts standing by to wait on building my personal 3D printer, which leads us around to the audio setup. I have to fully admit I borrowed that concept from Laura Kampf. I'll link her channel in the description below, but she started a little series where she was introducing us to some of her favorite bands and music on her record collection. And then a few weeks later, up in our attic, I found a record player. So I'm like, you know what? It is kind of nice having that down here. Plus it forces you to actually get up from whatever you're working on every 20 minutes, half hour to change the record or flip it over, that kind of thing. And that just kind of brings us around full circle. You may notice there's masks and helmets all over the place. There's also a cat whining in the background, but that's unimportant. I've got a very deep-seated fondness for masks, helmets, things along those lines. So a lot of the projects I work on will have some of those tucked away here and there. Most of what I do winds up becoming a mask at some point in time. So, again, that's my shop. Welcome to it.